In Great Itch Hollow, people were used to strange weather, strange sounds, and even stranger stories, but no one was ready for the day the wasps came. It began with a low hum at dawn, a vibration in the air that rattled windows and trembled in the bones of anyone awake to hear it. By noon, the hum had grown into a roar, a living, moving storm descending upon the town like a curse torn open from the earth itself. The first attack happened outside the old bus stop, where an elderly man named Roger Hastings waited for the public bus that never arrived. Witnesses later said the sky above him darkened, as if a cloud had dipped too low. Only when the cloud broke apart did people realize it wasn't weather, it was wings. Thousands of wasps, gold and black, swirling like a funnel of knives. Roger tried to run, but the swarm moved with terrifying intelligence, cutting off escape, circling him, closing in. Panic spread faster than any siren. Families barricaded themselves in houses, taping windows, stuffing towels beneath doors, praying the swarm would pass. But the wasps weren't passing, they were searching. Hunting. More attacks followed. A group of teenagers near the river. A farmer on his tractor. A mother trying to get her child from daycare. No one knew where the swarm had come from, but the devastation was too organized, too deliberate. These weren't normal wasps, they coordinated like soldiers. Sheriff Naomi Briggs gathered her small remaining force in the town hall. The building shuddered periodically as the swarm battered against the windows like hail. "They're not acting naturally," she said, her voice low, firm. "Wasps defend nests, but this isn't defense. This is extermination." A biologist named Dr. Claremont, who happened to be visiting the town to study its wetlands, stepped forward with a pale face. "I've seen something like this only once before," he said. "A hive that's been disturbed for generations. A super colony, multiple queens, millions of workers functioning as one. If something forced them to relocate or if their subterranean hive collapsed, they would behave exactly like this. They would destroy anything in their path until they find a new home or eliminate a threat." "But what threat?" Naomi asked. "We didn't do anything." Dr. Claremont hesitated. "We might not have. But someone did." Before anyone could question him further, a thunderous crack hit the building as the windows shattered inward. The swarm poured through the openings like a living flood. Officers screamed and fired blindly into the massive wings, but the bullets only passed through empty air. The wasps moved around the shots with uncanny precision. Naomi grabbed the doctor and pulled him behind an overturned table as the insects sliced through the room like flying needles. They crawled beneath clothing, into hair, into mouths. One officer collapsed, convulsing as wasps forced their way into his sleeves. Another tried to run but disappeared beneath a moving sheet of wings. Naomi dragged the doctor toward the emergency exit, kicking open the door just as the swarm surged behind them. The two sprinted into the alley, ducking beneath a dumpster lid as the insects tore past overhead. "There's only one chance," Dr. Claremont gasped. "We have to burn them out." "You want to fight a million wasps with fire?" Naomi said. "We'd burn down the whole town. If we don't, there won't be a town left to save." The hum grew louder again, signaling the swarm's return. They ran. The streets were littered with abandoned cars, broken glass, and bodies. The air tasted like metal. Naomi led them toward the edge of town where the forest began. If the super colony had a hive, it had to be somewhere underground, somewhere old. The earth sloped downward into a dry ravine, hollowed out by years of erosion. That's when they saw it, a massive sinkhole yawning open like a wound. The edges pulsed with movement. Thousands of wasps crawled along the dirt like veins of living gold. "This is it," the doctor whispered. Naomi pulled a flare from her belt, flicked it alight, and tossed it into the pit. Flames erupted instantly, illuminating a colossal chamber below. Layer upon layer of combs fused together, forming a hive the size of a house. The fire spread quickly, licking its way up the walls. But the swarm reacted just as fast. The ravine shook with the roar of a million wings as the wasps launched upward in a furious wave. Naomi and the doctor dove behind a boulder as the swarm spiraled into the air, trying desperately to smother the fire with their bodies. Thousands fell burning, dropping like ash. But thousands more kept coming. A wall of heat blasted through the ravine as the hive erupted. The explosion of flame shot upward like a volcanic burst, scattering debris and incinerating insects in midair. Naomi shielded her face and screamed for the doctor, but her voice was drowned out by the world tearing open around them. Then, silence. When the smoke cleared, the ravine was nothing but charred earth and fallen wings. The sky was empty. The swarm was dead. Great Itch Hollow would rebuild, but it would never forget. Some nights the wind still carried the faintest hum, as if warning that something ancient and angry had died, and something deeper beneath the earth had awakened.
Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content.